Yo, what is going on, guys? Paul James here. Welcome back to another video today. So today I want to share with you how you can actually make anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 every time you implement this amazing method. I'm going to break it down for you. The unique part about this method is that you can get started basically as a beginner if you don't have experience, because it allows you to learn as you go. And actually what I'm going to share with you is almost a fail-safe. It's like what happens if you mess up. Okay, so I'll explain what I mean, but this method is based off of lead generation, but it's almost if you make a mistake during lead generation, what can you do as a way to get out of what you got into? All right, really quickly before we get into this video, I just want to let you know that in the description of this video, I'm putting together a class where I'm going to share with you how to sell a $5,000 client every single time and how you can actually do it without doing all of the work yourself. So if you're interested in that, drop below in the description and register for that really quickly before we move on into the video, because it's going to be an awesome class, an awesome webinar, and I can't wait to see you there. So I'm going to pull open my screen here. This is an example of a lead generation website. Now, you've probably seen me share a lot about these kinds of websites in the past. Now, the way a typical website like this would work, if you did it the right way and didn't mess up, because we're going to kind of talk about what happens if you mess up, is you build this site, right? So the site is just kind of a generic website. In my case, I named this one. I did this live on YouTube, by the way. It was my free lead generation playlist, okay? And on this website, I named it Cedarburg Roofing Pros. Now, how I came up with that is I named this after the city that I was targeting, and then I just did my keyword, which in this case was roofing. So you can see my website looks very, very nice. Okay, it's designed nice. It has a phone number on it. It has a form on it. Now, here's what happens. With this phone number, this isn't actually it's not like my cell phone number or something like that. It is called a tracking phone number. And what a tracking phone number does is it allows you to buy a phone number for basically $1, and it allows you to forward that phone number. So I can pick basically any roofer. I can just go into Google and I find a roofing company, so we'll say roofer, that I think I might want to work with. I can then forward this tracking phone number over to him and start sending him leads to try out. Okay, so this is the normal scenario. And the outcome obviously is every time I do this, I get paid. Now, an example of roofing, a site like this would make $50 per lead or per call that you send. Okay, so in this site right here. Now, this site right here is generating enough volume to where it would be earning about $700 a month. Okay, that's what that site is currently doing. For the city, now this depends, it's going to vary based on the niche you select and based on the city you select. Okay, and this is kind of where we start to get into, well, what happens if that doesn't happen? Like, what's the worst that happens? Worst case scenario, if this absolutely goes completely south, you set up the site, you design it, you spend time making it look nice. And that's why this is beginner friendly, right? It's beginner friendly because you can just dive in, come up with a cool concept of a site. I have templates that I actually build these sites out, so I'm not like a professional website designer or anything like that. I use templates to build these out. But what happens if you set this up, you throw your tracking phone number on there, you throw your form on there, and the outcome is that you get no leads? What do? Are you just out of luck? Did you spend all this time for nothing? Okay, well, not actually. So I want to tell you a story. So many of you know that I just got back from Florida, and I have a second home there right now currently. And in that home, we have 2 furnace and air conditioning systems because it's a house that's set up for short-term rental, meaning we rent it out to people who want to go on vacation there for like a week at a time, and then they leave and then someone new comes in. It's short-term rental. And so we have 2 furnaces and AC set up on each level of the home so that the house is comfortable for all the guests that come because it has enough square footage where it requires it. Okay, so I had an air conditioning guy come out to the house to do basically maintenance and clean and tune up on these units. And when he came out, we found out that we actually had some things in common, which is kind of crazy considering that I was down in Florida and I'm not from Florida, right? But I'm down there vacationing. It turns out that this guy actually went to the same college I went to, where I went to nursing school. He went for a different major, but that's just kind of crazy, right? So anyways, we found out that we had some stuff in common. I was looking at his website, and his website looked really, really nice, okay? It's similar to the kind of websites that we build, that I just showed you on my computer here, right? Very, very similar. And I asked him, because I was just curious, because, it's 2021. I like to stay in tune with like what my competition is doing. And since my competition, this guy who paid a different web designer, because obviously he didn't know me, so he's not gonna pay me, but he paid someone else and got this design. And that was part of the decision that made me hire him, obviously, too, right? I saw a nice looking website. He looked like a legitimate contractor, so I called him out. He told me that he paid $5,000 for this website. Now, what I showed you is called lead generation. It means that we guarantee something. We guarantee that they're going to get phone calls. But website design is a totally different animal. I mean, you don't have to guarantee anything. All your guarantee is that they get a nice looking website. So $5,000. Now, this is the point that I'm trying to make here. Is even at the worst case scenario, you totally, completely fail at this, and you build a website that doesn't generate many leads, or you can go into a Facebook group in that local community and you can post the website for sale, okay? Or you can reach out to people and ask if they want a website designed, or if they want to buy a website. And now you've got this completely finished website that's already designed, looks good. That's going to be an easy sell, okay? If you just completely fail at this, that is your fail safe. You can just sell the whole website off to someone. And while you might not get $5,000, I think it would be very realistic for you to at the minimum get $1,000, but realistically probably even more than that. Okay, $1,000 is quite low. Like we typically wouldn't sell a site like that for anything less than $1,000, but typically it's way more. It's closer to the $5,000 range. And we've even had websites that we sell for more than that. It just kind of depends what they are. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you to kind of inspire you. I know a lot of people out there are afraid to take action because they worry about all the what ifs. Like, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? And that's kind of the beauty about this entire business model, isn't it? Is that you can learn as someone who is new and is a beginner. You don't have to worry about messing up, because when you're starting, there's no real client on the line. It's just you're practicing. If you get results, you try and sell the results. If you're unable to sell the results, then the worst case scenario is you just sell the design, the website design, right? There's tons of businesses out there who are starting up. They'd have no presence on the internet. They're going to want that to put on their business cards at the very least, so that they look professional. And this is your fail safe, okay, if it comes to that. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I've got a link in the description of this video to a webinar that I am holding, where I'm going to break down how I actually get clients to just pay me for website design. So forget the lead gen. If you just want to sell website design and just kind of put these templates up and then sell them, I'm going to share with you how you can find prospects who are interested in that and how to actually sell them. I'll show you how to do it without having to do all the work yourself. So if that interests you, please register for that. It's going to be an awesome class. I can't wait to share it with you. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and smash a like on it. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Take the bell notification icon, because I've got some more awesome videos coming really soon that I cannot wait to share with you. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you in the next video. I am Paul James. Peace out.